Hi, everybody, and welcome to Young and Stepmom Reality.
DJ Stiz on the beat, boy.
So, if you're subscribed to this channel, you might know what this is about. But for those who don't know, this is Young and Stepmom Reality, and this is a channel where me, a stepmom, discuss like tips and tricks and topics about being a step parent, period. You know, I am coming from a stepmom's point of view, but I also feel that stepfathers go through a lot of the things that stepmoms go through. And I welcome you both, stepmom, stepfather, mothers, fathers. There is a lot of things that people will agree with, and people will may not agree with a lot of the things I am talking about. But this is my story. I come with receipts. I come with paperwork, or whatever you guys want to call it today. But this is my point of view from the story. So I know there's gonna be people who troll, people who have something to say, but I am letting it be known that I come telling my story because a lot of people have the same story as mine, or some people even have worse stories than I have. And I just feel that as a society, we do not encourage or embrace step parenting as we should. Personally, I do feel that it is a little bit harder with stepmothers than it is stepfathers, but it is equally the same amount of frustration, in my opinion. Um, I do want to discuss a lot of things that I've learned and some things that I would have done differently, and just certain situations that, you know, average mother, father, they have in a certain different manner than we do, but we do go through it. And I feel that, the saying, it takes a village to raise a family, should be more encouraged because it does have a lot of factors. It just feels that when step parents come into that village, the village does not want to accept them. So, if you understand where I'm coming from, drop a like, um, I feel like my voice is to be for the step parents that are, young, and or even started off young when they learned how to deal with it, or found things that they could cope with. I also feel that, when I met my husband, I was 20 going on 21, and my husband was 33 at the time. And so I just feel like because of the age difference, people always feel that the younger person is the more immature person when it comes to like an ex-spouse or something. So I'll go into detail a little bit more about that, how it felt when I met my stepkids, and how just dealing with life over the years has been. I have been with my husband for 7 years. We have been married for 3. Some people have more experience than I have. So, feel free to be on my channel with me and do a collab, just talking about how being a blended family could be something beautiful, even after all the stress, during all the stress. It's just like, it's family is family. And honestly, God puts us in a family that we cannot pick. But as we get older and we join other families, and we explore other horizons, like we get to pick our friends, and ultimately in the end we do get to pick the intermediate family that we create for ourselves, whether it is with someone who already has kids or someone where you get to start a family. You get to pick those people, and it's just the life effects on those things. And I am putting myself on the line, and not just myself, my husband, my stepkids, so it is a respect thing, but I also will tell my truth, and I hope that you guys can follow me with that truth. So subscribe. But I just want to let everyone know that this is not just going to be me sitting here talking. There are activities that I do have planned, and there are things that I want to do on this channel to educate people too about like being a step parent and everything that involves being a step parent, because it's not an easy job, and a lot of patience is taken, and some people choose not to deal with their stepchildren, and some people choose that their stepchildren are going to be everything to them. Personally, one of the things that I dealt with was I thought that I wasn't going to be able to have kids, and There was a long discussion with doctors, plenty of them, that I wasn't going to be able to have kids on my own, which I'm very religious, and God said that was not happening with me, and I ended up having my own kids somewhere along the line. But for those whose stepkids are their everything and they deal with struggles, I do talk about those struggles because, like I said, before I had my kid, who is 1.5 now, I have spent the last 6 years with someone else's kids that I, like, in my heart, were gonna be my only children that I ever had. So, I handled things a little bit differently. Some things that I'm very proud of as a person that I did handle them with. And then there's some things that I didn't handle right and that I wish I could go back and change, but it overall shapes the person I am and the person who my lovely stepkids are. So I welcome everyone, step parents, parents. I do encourage both parties to try to subscribe to my channel, because you might learn something new on how to deal with a step parent, or how to welcome a step parent into a family, because not these situations going into these situations, they're not always easy. They are very hard situations to deal with, because some people are leaving marriages where people um were not happy, or that people could not express themselves the way they could, or some people are upset about a new spouse, and maybe this will open some people's eyes about um learning that a lot of things are about the children, and if you focus on that, it doesn't matter about the coming togetherness. I would say, I don't know if that's a word, guys, tell me if it's a word down below, but the coming together and creating like this power team, whether it is a parent who is not happy about how the relationship ended, or a parent who is okay with accepting a step parent in their child's life, because a lot of ways of how we grow up shape how we visualize step parenting. Because for me, like, I grew up with several different stepmoms. Sorry, dad, but several different stepmothers. So some were mean, some were not. Some took care of me, some didn't want nothing to do with me. There was just like there's certain things. So there is the list of what's going to be going on my channel. I will talk about ups and downs as being the step parent, things to help cope with being step parents, things to try to make your house better with being a step parent. I talk about how I grew up as a child who had step parents. I will talk about how life is now, just a mixture, and how like it's different when you have your own kid, or how to make your family like understand, like, you're dating someone older and they have kids. There's a lot of things that I will be discussing on this channel, and I would love for people to come with the ride. I will accept all positivity, because I am that person. I am positive, and it may not seem like it sometimes on this channel. I will give you a heads up, because I do talk about a lot of sensitive things, but anything I talk about, I will have my paperwork, receipts, whatever you want to call it, lined up, because I don't appreciate people giving false information, and I will not come to you guys like that. So drop a like, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions, you can reach me at my young and stepmom reality at gmail.com. You can, like I said, leave a comment below. I will put my social medias in the description. And thank you so much, guys.